What's good, everybody? It's the Go Aaron Brown, and before this video start, be sure to follow me on Instagram. It's linked down below in the description. Subscribe to my channel, and make sure you become a member by hitting the link in the description as well. Now, I just want to jump straight into it and talk about this, because I said this a few weeks ago. I don't trust Serena Williams' husband. I don't like him, and I don't respect what he stands for. And if there was a term that I could use to describe him and what he's attempting to do, the term would be culture vulture. He's legit a culture vulture. And he knew he could come into a sport that's so desperate for anything, any attention, any money, anything, no matter what your intentions are. He knew he could come into a sport and leech off of it, invest a few dollars, and all of a sudden make it seem like you're just this great white hope that done came in and saved the day. But really, that wasn't your intentions. Your intentions was to come in and try to take over and be the man, get all the attention, get all the clout, get all the respect, show the world that you're the man and you're the guy who attempted to save track. But the reason I said I didn't trust his ass is because he came into track and field attempting to push this bullshit ass feminist movement. He came in speaking about how women in sports don't get paid equally and things of that nature, which is traditionally true. But that isn't the case in track and field. If anything, the women in track and field probably get paid more. Like, there are more women stars in track than there are male stars. And the money, the prize money, is even for men and women in track and field. So him to try to come in and push that bullshit ass narrative, I knew that his intentions were everywhere but in the right place. And then he attempted to use Gabby Thomas as like the face of the meet. You know what? We're going to say this is Gabby Thomas meet. And despite them trying to use it as like Gabby Thomas's meat, he kept just popping up and wanting to be in front of the cameras and get all the shine. Like, if you're an investor, just be an investor. But you don't got to be getting all the shine, all the attention. So I knew this what this was. He wanted people to know that he was the billionaire guy coming in and flexing his muscle and investing all of this money into this road ass sport rather than having pure intentions, being behind the scenes, just letting people know that he's the guy that's doing it, and let Gabby Thomas be the face and really promote and push this. But I was thinking maybe I'm tripping. Maybe he's not trying to come in and try to be the biggest guy and things of that nature. But I got on Twitter this morning, and I always tell people, if you don't know who a person is, just sit back, don't say anything, and they'll reveal who they are. And this morning showed me everything I pretty much expected and pretty much everything that I thought initially. So Mr. Vulture tweeted this morning, "Hey, at Michael Johnson, I love seeing you and Bill Ackman fast follow Athlos by launching Grand Slam." So he pretty much off rip gave him like a backhand comment. Like, I see y'all launch Grand Slam after you seen we came out with Athlos. Insinuating that they ain't been cooking up Grand Slam for 3-4 years. Like, that ain't no shit you just drop one night after just having an idea. Great to see more people investing in athletics. But it's disappointing you're requiring these women to get permission from you and Bill in order to compete in other leagues. It's not very athlete friendly, firstly. Not sure if he was born last night or this morning, but that's how sport leagues work. And there has never been a track and field league before. Now, the Diamond League has league behind their name, but it's not an actual league. It's just a series of track meets who anybody can participate in if you qualify. But when it comes to actual sport leagues, in which Michael Johnson is attempting to do with the Grand Slam, athletes sign contracts in which they voluntarily sign. And typically these contracts are enough money for them to be exclusive to this league only. So in this contract, it says that these athletes have to be exclusive to this league. And here he go trying to push this bullshit ass feminist movement. Oh, you're requiring women athletes to get permission to run elsewhere. No, he's requiring all athletes to get permission elsewhere. It's to run elsewhere. Stop acting like he just picking on women in track and shit like that. But his vulture ass, that's the narrative that he's trying to push on track and field. That's the reason he's even came with this bullshit Athlos meet, which wasn't profitable at all. He spent hundreds of thousands of investment dollars and received zero profit. And his ass is jealous that Mike is coming with something profitable, because you got to think, if he made so much money from the shit that he was doing, he wouldn't care. And plus, these women running at Mike's meets, They voluntarily signed up. It wasn't like they was just blindsided. Like they didn't know that they couldn't run nowhere else and shit like that. They getting paid $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. So why the fuck would you go run somewhere else for $2,000, $3,000 anyways? And then he proceeded to tweet, which pissed me off even further. Then bro proceeded to say, Mike, you're an Olympic legend, and I hope you will reconsider. It's so much better for the sport to give these women more options and not fewer, especially while it's still underinvested in. So he's pretty much trying to say that they ain't got no whole bunch of investors and they ain't got no whole bunch of bread to get these athletes. Like they don't got billionaire investors. But on some hating shit, like one thing a motherfucker gonna do is when a black guy is starting something and they see is competing with them and potentially about to outdo their ass, they get to hating, trying to bring them down in all aspects of life and of business. Then this runner boy guy who really wants to just be a part of something so bad. I was wondering why Michael Johnson didn't say a single thing about Athlos, especially given y'all basically did the test run for the type of production format so that they'll now have infinitely more data to work with. Fix anything for their upcoming league. Strange. But that's the thing. Mike and them haven't even came out with the production format that they're going to do or any of that. So bro was just talking. And then he was just pretty much talking about he don't know why Mike wouldn't publicly acknowledge the meat and things of that nature. And I responded with a very logical answer. I said maybe because Mike don't give a blank about some BS unprofitable meat in October when the season is over that separates track rather than bring the entire thing up. And that's pretty much what happened. He keep on talking about, oh, the women this, the women that. Like, this is a co-ed sport where men and women compete at the same meets. They get paid evenly and they perform evenly. So for him to try to come in and push this BS agenda, why would Mike acknowledge that shit when he's doing more separating than bringing up? That's probably why he didn't acknowledge that bullshit. Because he seen the narrative that bro was trying to push. He seen the agenda that bro had from the get-go. And then still making tweets not even being responded to. The Vulture said, it's been cool watching his first tweets about Grand Slam, literally as I was coming off the stage at our Athlos announcement. At the Business of Women's Sports Summit, I don't blame him for not wanting to bring us up. No one likes being second. And like what is his whole purpose behind this? Like now he just trying to have a dick measuring competition. Oh, no one likes being second and he seen us do it first, our announcement, and he announced it the same day. Brother, you're having a single track meet of all women that we seen the numbers live. The numbers weren't high. You made no money from it. It wasn't profitable. You invested a lot of money in it, but you made nothing in return. What Mike is doing is something completely different. You pretty much had a charity track meet and Mike is having a whole entire league. It's two different types of ballparks. So I understand you just want to be a part of something and attach your name to something and push this narrative because you know that it'll potentially pick up more viewers pushing this narrative. It's old women gotta be involved and they're overly involved in track and field. There's not a single person participating in track right now bigger than Sha'Carri Richardson. And that's just what it is. Then this old black woman responded to the Vulture tweets of him talking about how the women would have to get permission to participate elsewhere, like if everyone wouldn't have to after they sign an exclusive deal to a league. But these are the most gullible people that you can push this narrative on. So she said, wait, what? Didn't know Grand Slam prohibits their women athletes from competing in other leagues? There's no fucking other leagues in track. There's just other track meets that all have different meet directors and meet promoters. There's only one league in track, and that's the Grand Slam. Let's stop being ridiculous. She said, that's a big problem I think track fans will not support. Ma'am, you're clearly a casual. Track fans support anything track. And I mean anything. She said, I now have to rethink my support for Grand Slam track. She said, I want to see you all, including the athletes, win. But that's the agenda that bro is trying to push. This feminist agenda, and that Mike is trying to hold back the women for some odd reason when the women are clearly running the sport. And that's why I say track and field is the only sport that just lets anybody with some money come in. Don't matter your intentions, don't matter the agendas you attempt to push, they'll let anybody come in because they desperate for a little change. But I wasn't going for this shit. And no, I'm not no employee of Grand Slam track nor Michael Johnson. But I just don't tolerate stupidity. So I responded. I said, and that's the stupid ass narrative the culture vulture Alexis is trying to sell all you women of color, and of course y'all will buy it. Not business savvy at all, running off emotions and not logic. When you sign to a sports league, you're signing to participate exclusively in the league unless you get permission by the directors to do otherwise. And that's in every sports league, from the NBA to the NFL, NHL, Premier Soccer League, all of that. They compensate you well to only participate. For them, and everyone involved is happy. But this vulture is trying to make it seem like only the women in the league needs permission to run elsewhere. Like the rules don't apply to everyone, men and women. Don't be fooled by the propaganda. But he knew that majority of people are stupid and they often are fooled by propaganda. That's why it's easy to, fool people by political propaganda. And a lot of time wrong candidates don't win elections because people believe anything and they operate off of emotion rather than logic. If I'm paying your ass $100,000 and I offer you an exclusive deal to only come run for me for this 100,000, why would I allow you to go run for $2,000-$3,000 at these other meets when you could potentially get hurt? And yeah, the people want to see you over here, so why? And we're growing in one place, so people don't got to go all over to these back page websites to watch meets and things of that nature. I just feel like it only makes sense. But he who controls the image of the media controls the mind of the masses. And I encourage you all to, make decisions, smart decisions for yourself. And often when you make a decision or you just operating off thought, make sure it's not a emotion-based thought and it's a logic-based thought. Think logically, not emotionally. And that's really all I got for today. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Till next time,